Hey guys, Happy New Year. This is George from Diamondyard Sportscards coming at you with another video. This is my 5th installment of my pickups for the year. And I started this back in 2019 when my channel was relatively new. And thank you again for your subscribership. I appreciate it. Going forward in the new year, hope to have more content, more cards, more discussions. But anyway, so this is going to be my top 6 cards for the year, but then a mishmash. I'll show the 6 at the end. A mishmash of all kinds of stuff, from autos to oddball stuff. Just going to go over that with you guys. And again, stay with me. It's going to be kind of a long video, but a lot of good stuff here. Lots of Hall of Famers, different types of unique stuff. Was an uneven year for me, really. My dad passed in April. I started off the year strong. Was in Long Beach. We went to Anaheim show in September. But anyway, so kind of hit a bump in my card collecting around April. My dad passed. And so at that point, took a little break, took a break from YouTube and then came back. A lot of guys in the community have been very helpful with everything. And it's been cool to be part of the Misfits channel, be on Golden Age of Cardboard, and all kinds of neat stuff involved in the community. And looking forward to this year's National. This is it, in 2024, Cleveland. Here we come. It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to show you some cards now without further delay. Here we go. So guys, it was a interesting year picking up cards and stuff like that. A lot of opportunities for different collections, and came across a lot of stuff that I found to be very interesting. So tighten this up a little bit, and here we go. So this was interesting. Came across a collection, New Scoops Baseball. This is a box, 61 New Scoops, and thought it was really interesting. No before scans. So anyway, what does it say here? It's really, there it is. Ask your jobber about the next new card series, 24 count box, Seaford, New York. So that was kind of cool. Let's put that in the background, New Scoops. Also picked up this very cool, this is a 74 buttons. These are unperforated or unattached buttons. Dave Winfield, rookie year. San Diego Padres had these sets here, and I guess there was a slew of them. There's a McCovey. You can see here on the back, St. Paul, Minnesota, Dave Winfield, 73 club with the Padres. So this is a rookie, unperforated buttons from Dave Winfield, found in this collection that I had purchased. This was cool. First day cover. Pete Rose breaking the hit record, 1978. 5th inning against Montreal, 3,000th base hit. And there is it, May 5th, Fountain Square, Cincinnati, Ohio. So I thought that was really neat of Pete, and signed. This was very cool. Lyman Bokk, for those of you who remember, who are Twins or Angels fans, was killed mistakenly by somebody who thought that he was being with somebody, a woman. Anyway, thought that he was the one with her, but he wasn't, and somebody shot him when he was with the Angels. Anyway, I was on a Hall of Fame track pretty much. These are from the Topps vault. The reason I know this is that these were part of this certificate of authenticity from the Topps vault, and this number matches this unique piece. This is a card which tracks Bostock's, the amount of money they were paying him and when they were contracting with him to produce his baseball cards. 75, 76, which I believe is the rookie. 77, 78. And this was when he was in Tacoma. So he was getting paid $250 by Topps, and this was years remaining. And this is a card that was held internally by Topps to keep track of these different players. It began in 72, maybe this is 71, and the amount of money that he would get, the check numbers, and the check numbers and the date and the amount of money that he was getting paid by Topps to produce these very baseball cards. So if you're a Lyman Bokk fan, I thought that was very interesting. And the cert number, this matches. You can't see that the hologram is actually the same number as on the certificate of authenticity. So I thought that was a really, really neat thing. What a great hitter. Very close with Carew, and then followed him over. Scott, Reindeer Studios. Scott, thank you so much. Sent me a card. as many people in the community. Scott is just such a light in the community and helps so many people out. Love the Wheaties knockoff. And then he says, hope Santa fills your stocking with Jake's Misfits applications to reject. And so that, of course, is inside joke and very funny. But Scott had this awesome, had the great Maris, and then this was a beauty. I mean, just a great, great image of Hobbsy. So I really like that, Scott. Thank you so much for thinking of me. And again, I hope everybody had a great holiday moving forward in the new year. Good things, good thoughts to everybody. These were interesting. These were baseball greats. And I thought they were from like the 70s or something, but they're from 1948. There was a slew of them. You know, I think I got Johnson, and that I found in this collection, Johnson, Mathewson. Didn't have the Ruth Gehrig, but had Hornsby, and then the Cobber right there. So these are from 1948. Very interesting. Keep going here. This was a really cool thing I found in a collection. This is, for you basketball fans, this is a Maurice Stokes rookie autograph. PSA actually slapped it correctly as an album page from 55-56. I enlisted the help of Bill, the Hall of Fame collector. He looked at this and said, hey, there's guys on here who only played with Maurice Stokes for a very short period of time in that one season. So PSA was able to say, yeah, this is 55-56 Celtics and Rochester Royals. The important signatures on here are Bobby Wanzer, who is a Hall of Famer right there, and then Maurice Stokes, who passed away, I believe, in the early 1970s. His career was cut short when he hit the floor. Then I believe had like a brain hemorrhage, stroke, and was in a wheelchair for much of his life after that. There's the movie Mo and Me, which tells his roommate who took care of him for basically the rest of his life. But anyway, it's a really tough basketball autograph, so I'm probably not going to be keeping this. And you can see here they used to put tape over the autos to preserve them, which is interesting. But this is a first-year Stokes autograph. That was a really neat thing. I found that collection. I'm going to go through some autograph cards now, and this was my... what a gift. Jim, Roberto Clemente 365 on Instagram, hung out with him a lot. He came by Long Beach, and then we hung out again in the fall in Anaheim. He gave me this awesome Bob Feller Redman, signed by Bob Feller, and I just thought it was so cool. You know, there's so much interest now in autographed baseball cards, and not so much the signature, but the signature is on, and I did a video about it, and you guys saw that. So I'm going to go through some signatures that I got this year. Thank you, Jim. Great, great, great card. Love it. Carl Hubble, 61 Fleer. These are going to be going off to PSA. Bert Blyleven, 71 Topps. And Brooks Robinson. Now, these are going to dual service, and this Brooks is going to get a 1. Now, the auto might get a 9 or 10, but the card's going to get a 1, but just thought it was really cool. And you can tell me if you guys think this is real or not. Maybe I've shown it before. Willie Mays, auto, 58 Topps. We're going to take a chance on this one. I figure if it is legit, it's probably a late 50s, early 60s Mays auto. But really liked it on a 58 Topps All-Star card. Also, other autos I got graded this year. Some of these, just wanted to share the highlights. I showed some of them in my videos. This is a Randy Johnson PSA 10 auto. Now, there's tons of Johnson PSA 10 autos, but to me, what's unique about this is the fact that the auto is an early Johnson auto. I mean, this is like really early, 1990 or so. He changed his signature. It doesn't look remotely like this. There's like 3 derivations of his signature. But this is probably one I'm going to keep because, again, he doesn't sign like this anymore. And this is probably from around that time period, 1990, 1991 or so. So I thought that was neat. This was the PSA 9.5 I showed on my video. George Brett and Carly Stremski. PSA said that they thought the Brett was a 10 and the Yaz was a 9. So they split the baby and gave it a 9.5. And I had never seen a PSA 9.5 before. But came across this in a collection and subbed it. This was a nice one. These last 3 are from a binder. A gentleman sold me very early last year, right before the Super Bowl. This is Mariano Rivera. Came back at 10. Really, really nice signature there, Mo. Roy Halladay. This is what these 2 signatures are the ones that got me on this binder. I was like, boy, how'd you get these? And they said they went around the country and got these cards signed, this father and the son. So there's a Halliday auto, and this last one was a Puckett. And I don't have a Puckett. A little shine there. And a really nice Puckett right over the cursive Puckett is Puckett's signature. So I thought that was a really nice Puckett auto. So that was some of the autos I picked up this year that were highlights for me. Pickups from, or grades, cards that I got graded. These were kind of interesting. Shaq, rookie, 10. But look at that, look at this guy. He is just getting destroyed by Shaq. And I just think that's one of the funniest images. I mean, his eyes are rolling back at his head. You know, it's like Shaq is just turning him undead or something by touching him. Anyway, I thought that was really funny. We had Barry Bonds for you Bonds fans, Rick and Nate. 2003 Topps Pristine. Got a PSA 10. Thought that was a really nice card. Good shine on it. Drew Brees Refractor. Again, these were submitted to PSA by me this year. Mostly modern stuff. Brees Refractor, low pop. Cool looking card. This one I didn't know was kind of a, I don't know, it's sought after card. Bleacher Reachers, Ken Griffey Jr. Unfortunately didn't get a 10, but he got a 9. And I thought that was kind of cool though. It's a great, you know, he's finishing that great swing right there and has a lot of shine on it. Tony Gwynn, Fire Safety. Thought that was cool. Smoky. Got, it looks like the 58 card with Mantle and Aaron. You said you got Tony and Smokey. Keep going here. Jeter, PSA 10. This was a Tiffany. This is a low pop card. There's a guy who comes to shows, sells us a lot of Jeter stuff. It's like jersey cards and all kinds of stuff. Numbered to 200. Not too many of these out there. Got a 10 on that one, thankfully. This was a really cool one. Emerald Trout, second year rookie cup. Lots of shine on it. Got a 10, which was great. Not obviously with all these 10s, there were tons of 9s because PSA is giving people the treatment, including myself. So there was that. This was a neat one. Into the Gap, 2002 second year Pujols authentic game worn uniform. Got a 10. The pop on this I think is it's 1,000, numbered to 1,000. But I just thought this was such a cool card. I don't think it really had been touched. It was in like a magnetic. But Into the Gap, Pujols. So we'll put that, maybe it'll stay up. Put that right there. Cards I picked up this year. Okay, let's see here. These were cards from the Burbank Show. I just picked some of these up. I thought they were good choices. This was an 18 Topps Acuna Gold, numbered to 2018. I love that image, though. I think there's a bunch of derivations of this card. Rainbow foil, refractor, gold refractor, the gold, the pink refractor. But just love that image of Acuna. It's one of my favorite Acuna cards, if not my favorite. So I thought that was neat. Did a buy. These are just cards that probably will be for sale or are for sale. Nolan Ryan, PSA 3 rookie. I have a better one, but a little bit low. Guy came up to me at a Jackie. Let's just move Albert out here. Guy had a Jackie, a 55 Topps Jackie. A little rough on that corner, but nicely centered and a really nice card. Bryce Harper, Gold Sparkle. This is just a really, really neat card. And, you know, Harper is really on a great track right now. I mean, everybody was on the Trout bandwagon, and all of a sudden it appears like Harper may be slowly catching up. Jim Brown, rookie. This was a nice one. That's why I picked it up, except it's, you know, left to right off. But top to bottom fine, and the registration's pretty good. And, again, these were all from the Anaheim show in September. Jean Beliveau. There was Elgin Baylor, 3 autograph cards. There was a Marion Motley, a 51 Bowman Marion Motley that I had sold, but I just thought this Beliveau signature was really nice on a 50s Parkhurst card. Cards I picked up during the year. These are not the top 6, but just pickups I had, and I'll just go through them. Not too many of them here. Mickey Mantle, 59 Topps, 5.5. I upgraded my Mantle. I had a 3.5, and so I upgraded this early in the year. This was a 56 Mays, and I just thought the centering on this thing was great, and the registration was pretty good, and I just didn't have one. I've been trying to get one for a long time. Had a 7 like in my hands like about 3 years ago for about the price of this 4. But anyway, so just thought this was a nice looking card, and couldn't pass on it. Along the Mays wagon, this was a 64 Topps Mays and a 7.5. I thought this was a really nice card. I like 64 a lot. It's a really nice set, really robust when you handle the cards. The salmon backs are great. I know some people are not, think it's kind of plain, but I guess it was one of the first vintage cards I started buying when I was a kid. Frank Robinson, Willie McCovey, Brooks Robinson. The card shop I had near me had a lot of 64s, and I just pilfered as many as I could. Well, I paid for them, but I tried to snag as many as I could. So that was nice. Willie Mays, 7.5. And this Ernie Banks, I just thought looked so nice that I picked it up. It was a 5, but man, it was just like a stellar looking. So I had to pick that one up. This is a Goudey 4-in-1, another one, just too good of a deal to pass up. It's off left to right, but it's a 4.5. Not a ton of 35 Goudey boxes and 4.5s. It's thought, you know, this has got to be something that the price was certainly right, and you know, why not? Jimmie Foxx, can't beat him. Same image there as on the 33 Goudey and 34 Goudey. Rookie Hall of Famer here, Luke Appling in an SGC 4. Again, the price was right on this. I couldn't believe how cheap it was. Not super cheap, but it's just a really nice copy of Old Aches and Pains. As my grandfather used to say. He was a White Sox fan. So Hall of Fame rookie there. And then Bob Gibson, 1973 tops, and an 8.5. Try to snag as many 70s high-grade cards as I can. 8.5s or higher. Just came up relatively recently and said, well, why not? And look at the lamb chops. Gotta love the lamb chops on Gibby there. So was happy with that. So now here, let's see here, looking around. Okay, these are about the top 6 cards, 6 or so I picked up this year. Earlier in the year, had a chance to pick up this 54 All-Star photo pack of Jackie. It's an SGC 3. This photo pack is riddled with Hall of Famers, including the Ernie Banks in this is a rookie. There is, I think, Campy, Yogi, Mantle, Williams, Mays. I mean, it's just a great photo pack. But didn't pick up a ton of Jackies this year, but this was one I was really happy to add to the collection. I'm going to put that back here. Hopefully it stays. There we go. And then the top cards, 2 autos here. B-Roth turned me on this one. This was a Satchel Paige Auto 10, and B-Roth said, hey, this is online. You got to check this out. And he had bought one as well. I think his is a 6, and I was a 9. But a beautiful Satchel Paige signature. I have a couple Satch signatures. Not able to afford a 53 Topps card autograph, but the old-time Black Stars was beautiful. Reached out to, I'm not sure it was All-Star Cards or somebody who had maybe it was Baseball Card Exchange, probably. They had it online as well, and I was able to get it cheaper off eBay on their store. So that's Satch. Really excited to get that. Put that right here. Just move these guys back. Then another autograph card. Picked this up at the Spring Show in Arizona, and really pumped. Did a trade for this. It was amazed. The eye appeal on this PSA 2 is pretty good. This is why I was interested in it, and I made a trade. And, you know, I traded like a 55 Topps Jackie and a 4.5, a 71 Clemente maybe, and a 3 and some cash. Now, you know, there's a lot of 60 Topps mazes, but there's not a whole lot of them graded and not a whole lot of them graded 10s. So I felt like that was a much better opportunity to get something that's a little bit more difficult. Now, May signed a lot of cards, but this is just a really nice copy, and I was really happy to add it to the collection. Put names right there. T206s. I ventured into T206s with these last 3 are T206s. I have bought a slew of commons that were graded, but this was the first big boy T206 that I got, and it's a Mathewson and a 2.5, and really, really like this card. The portrait's beautiful. The background color is awesome, and just couldn't pass on it. Thought it was a card that I needed to add to the collection, and trying to buy more T206s. Obviously, some are more rare than others, but the portraits are always in demand for sure. And last card, or I'm sorry, not last card, second to last card, destroyed on the back. This is a Koufax Retirado card. I've been trying to get this card for a long, long time. Early this year, I had a chance to buy one from a guy, and he had 3 copies, and this was the lowest grade, but the front looked the nicest. And so I'm really buying the front. These cards are so tough. Between PSA and SGC, there are probably only, less than 40 of these cards. And there was a PSA 7 that went off in an auction in the fall from Heritage and just went for a ton of money. But this is just a really, really beautiful Koufax card. For me, his best looking card. So I was super excited to add it as well. Put that guy right here. And then the last card I picked up was in Anaheim in the fall. It was a Ty Cobb. This card is not rare, but it is, it's a beauty. And a guy came up to me and had multiple Cobbs and a bunch of stuff, wanted to trade. And so I made a trade. It was in an old SGC slab, and I got it reholdered. And so it's a really, really beautiful 2.5 of Cobb. And just thought the color is striking to me. I just couldn't get over the color and how the eye appeal was. So that's why I made the deal with him. And was really happy to add this. So maybe here, I'll be picking up hopefully in 2024. On the list is a green Cobb and the Walter Johnson, of course. I've been looking for the Walter Johnson for a long time. But anyway, this is probably my biggest pickup of the year. And I'll just put him, well, I'll put him in the center and move Mathewson over. Almost had a big mess there. But guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. It's been an up and down year, but looking forward to 2024. Looking forward to the National, meeting everybody, talking baseball cards, and keep collecting.